Start using language that makes you feel so resourceful. Surround yourself with people you can look up to. One moment is enough for it to be a turning point in your life. What's your vocabulary? If I have to improve the quality of things in my life, I have to improve the quality of my thoughts, and for that I have to get a few things right in my life. Buddham saranam gacchami. There must be enlightened thoughts that is flowing into you all the time. Dhammam saranam gacchami. You have to develop vocabulary that is very, very resourceful. Watch your vocabulary. The easiest way to improve the quality of your thoughts, which will manifest as the quality and the standard of your life, the easiest way to do is think about your vocabulary. Improve your vocabulary. Start using language that makes you feel so resourceful. How are you? Top of the world. And see how you feel. How are you? Flowing with the flow. See how you feel. How are you? Feeling great. See how you feel. How are you? Pulling on. And see how you feel. You have to lift. And trust me, by watching mega serial for 2 to 3 hours every day, you can't improve the quality of your vocabulary. 2 to 3 hours of intense involvement in mega serial, and you actually feel ellame veena poidum pol irukke. Intense. The amount of television time that we invest in our life, if only we can take a portion of that time and invest our development. Read the right books. Read translations of scripture if you don't understand the original language. Read books on your competence. There are so many amazing books that are available. Amazing technology that is available. Relate with people who have achieved something in life, who have accomplished something in life. Surround yourself with people you can look up to. One of the earliest lessons again I learned in life is, I learned to play the game of chess from a neighbor by name Venkatraman. And the easiest way to teach you chess is by playing the game with you. And every time I played with Venkatraman, Venkatraman used to defeat me. Venkatraman used to defeat me. Venkatraman used to defeat me. And I still remember, vividly remember, because these were my thoughts. And I was in 9th standard. And first 48 days, every game we played, Venkatraman defeated me. 49th I won, 50th I won. And I remember this because I had told myself, I will play with him at least 97 days because I want to win one more time than him. And I was winning, consistently winning. But within few days of winning, a very profound realization hit me. As long as I was losing to Venkatraman, my game was improving. Ever since I was winning with Venkatraman, only my ego was improving. Game was not improving. I experientially realized. I have time, you can clap if you want. Then I know you are listening. I experientially realized, if you want to develop your ego, surround yourself with people who look up to you. If you want to develop yourself, surround yourself with people you look up to. That is the only way you can develop yourself. Otherwise, you cannot develop yourself. You need people who have achieved more than you, who has accomplished more than you, and you need the company of those people where they keep that aspiration within you alive, and you are able to inherit some of their thinking, some of their thought process, and it brings about a sea shift in the way you look at your life. You have to watch your vocabulary. You have to watch your vocabulary. All my transformations came with people. So that is why every now and then I'm referring to it, because that's the power of Sangam Saranam Gacchami. When I used to teach, I used to use the F word and B word in my talks regularly. I used to feel that appeals to youngsters. And so I used to use that whenever I get a chance. October 1995, I was delivering a speech on obsession, and my father-in-law happened to attend that program. My father-in-law is an amazing man. Even if you pay him money, he won't appreciate you. And he is from the traditional English system where even if you give him a photocopy, he will do proofreading. He was there in the talk, and Providence it was, that night my dinner was in my in-laws' place, so I had gone there, and as I started eating, somewhere from behind my father-in-law came and he said, "Today your speech was a garland full of roses." I was about to get heart attack, because my father-in-law never praises anybody. Before I could even enjoy that moment, he said, "But there were 4 thorns in it today." I used the F word 4 times that day in the talk, and this man was counting. I immediately turned towards, somebody tells you you're wrong, if you agree, you're not human being. You should immediately justify. So I immediately told him, "Appa, you should know that all the youth come to my program because I speak their language." My father-in-law immediately told me, "You have such a cheap estimation of youth. You think bad words is youth, then you have not understood youth. And most importantly, you should know, Swami Vivekananda did not have to speak filthy language to bring youth to his programs." And then he said, "I thought you had it in you to be a Vivekananda, but now it's very clear." And he went inside. I wanted to call him Appa, Swami Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda. He went inside. After some time, that man came back and talking about one moment only is required for transformation. It's the intensity with which you absorb certain things in life. You don't need a lifetime to get transformed. One incident here, one sentence here, one moment there, one trigger there, one accident here, one incident there, one relationship gain, one relationship lost, one success, one failure. One moment is enough for it to be a turning point in your life. You have to have that moment when you will be thrown in the platform where a Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi can fall and rise as Mahatma Gandhi. You just need that moment. You have to need that moment to see somebody dying in the streets of Kolkata for a school teacher to. I wish for some of you that trigger comes before 6 o'clock. My father just walked from behind and he said, "Everything that comes out of a human being stings. Our sweat stings, our phlegm stings, our saliva stings, our blood stings, our excretion stings. Everything that comes out of a human being stings. The only thing that comes out of a human being that can be sweet are your words. Let that also not sting." And I don't think I needed another moment after that. That moment I resolved, from now onwards, anything that comes out of this tongue should either make people happy, or they should feel appreciated, or they should feel encouraged, or it should transform them. I will not use this tongue anymore to make anybody feel small or shrink them under any circumstance. And that one moment only was required for a transformation to happen. What's your vocabulary? Why do we just use the word, we are facing a problem. It creates a very different emotion in your thoughts. And use another phrase, I'm facing challenges. Suddenly the intensity of the whole thing changes in that one moment. I have a situation to deal with. Suddenly the intensity of everything changes in that one moment. What's your vocabulary? She is deadly. Why is she deadly? Why not she is lively? He is stinking rich. Of course, if you have old currency, yes. It stings. Not otherwise. Why is somebody stinking rich? Why is not somebody fragrantly rich? Dressed to kill. Hell of an opportunity. If you take such opportunities, there will be hell only in your life. It's a heaven of an opportunity. What is your vocabulary? Because without improving the quality of your thoughts, you cannot improve the quality of things in your life.